If you stand in front of the Saigon Central Post Office and slowly turn around, you may notice something unusual. Notre-Dame Cathedral, the Independence Palace, Đồng Khởi Boulevard, the old Saigon port. Some of the most powerful places in the city all surround a building meant for sending letters. But this building was never just a post office. More than 130 years ago, it was essentially Saigon's version of the internet. Before the internet existed, modern cities were connected by something else, the telegraph. If you look closely at this area on a map, something interesting appears. The post office sits at the center of an urban network planned very early on. To the left is Notre-Dame Cathedral, once a gathering place of faith. Behind it stands the palace, where political decisions were made. In front lies Đồng Khởi, the commercial axis of the city, and just a short walk away is the port, where goods from all around the world once arrived in Saigon. An open square, straight boulevards, public buildings placed in symmetry, much like the urban layouts of Paris or Marseille. But what many people overlook is this. These urban axes were not only designed for architecture, they also converged toward one thing, the city's communication network. When the French arrived in Vietnam in the 19th century, they brought with them a very modern idea of urban planning. And from that moment, Saigon gradually began to take shape as an open city. Within the network of colonial port cities of the 19th century, Saigon began appearing on the same map as places like Singapore, Hong Kong, and Manila, cities connected to the world through trade. In 1860, after taking control of Yadin, the French could have prioritized building many symbols of power first: churches, palaces, or Parisian-style boulevards. Instead, they prioritized something very different: wires, a telegraph system. Because they understood that a modern city needs a nervous system, a network that allows information to move faster than people. Decisions that once took months to deliver could now arrive within hours. In that same year, the Saigon Telegraph Office was built in the center of the city. At first, the system served the colonial administration, transmitting orders and news between Saigon and other centers of the empire. 4 years later, in 1864, the system began to expand for civilian use. The first postage stamps appeared in Vietnam, commonly known as the stock stamps. From that point on, letters from Saigon began their journey to the rest of the world. In 1888, a telegraph flight nearly 2,000 kilometers long connected Saigon with Hanoi. Just 1 year later, the network extended further, linking Saigon to Bangkok. From a port city, Saigon gradually became a center of connection for the entire region. In 1894, the first telephone system in Indochina was installed here. By then, the post office was no longer just a place for sending letters. It had become a hub for telegraph, telephone, and international communication. In today's language, this place functioned much like a data hub of the 19th century. The facade of the post office is not merely decorative. It is almost like a poster of the scientific age of the 19th century. At its center stands Hermes, the messenger god in Greek mythology. Along the facade are the names of scientists such as Franklin and Boulter, pioneers who helped unlock the power of electricity. The building was initiated by architect Alfred Fauhu and later completed by Vieudieu. Its symmetrical facade and central clock give a government building the appearance of something almost sacred, a cathedral of communication. Inside, the steel arches open wide like the great European train stations of the late 19th century. Above the hall are two large maps. The first is a record of the city's urban structure in the late 19th century. The second is the Telegraph network spreading across Indochina. These maps were not simply decoration. They were maps of power, infrastructure, and connection. In 1945, when Japan took control of Indochina, one of the first important targets was the communication system, because in war, weapons have limits, but information does not. In the decades that followed, the letters passing through this place carry more than just news. Some were letters from the battlefield, some were administrative orders, some were messages from the other side of the world. And then, as the city history moved into another chapter, the wooden counters remained, the steel arches remained, because infrastructure rarely carries political ideals. It only does one thing: keeping the city running. Today, most visitors come to the Saigon Central Post Office to take photographs. That is understandable. It remains one of the most beautiful buildings in the city. But more than a century ago, nearly every important message in Saigon passed through this building. Word, orders, love letters across continents, all of them passed through here. If the telegraph was the internet of the 19th century, then buildings like this were the first data centers of the city. Follow Saigon Remix, Past, Present, Future, to explore how the infrastructure of the past continues to shape Saigon today.